Welcome to the Dice Tower, a video cast about board games and the people who play them. This episode is a special episode covering the events of Origins 2009, a game convention in Columbus, Ohio. Join Tom Vasel and Eric Summerer as they take you on a tour of 5 great days of gaming.
One of the big highlights of Origins for us was our Memoir 44 game. Memoir 44 is a fun game to play with 2 players, but with 8 players it's a real blast. So we issued a challenge between the Dice Tower people and all comers. We had 4 people who came and played against the Dice Tower team, which was led by Mark Zielinski, and they got trashed all over the place, or we did as the Dice Tower. Lots of fun though, and it was a great time. The rest of Friday was interesting. I'm just going to show you now some interviews and some thoughts that people had on the fair itself.
Jim from Jolly Roger Games. Jim, it's day 2 of the exhibition. How did day 1 go?
Day 1 was all right. It's kind of like Origins. It was actually day 2 for us. We got out here on Wednesday, unloaded, and then started playing games. So that was a really long night. And I'm not quite 22 years old anymore, so waking up in the morning was painful.
Oh, I see.
The show was nice. It's I like going to Origins because you get people that come by that you see every year, whether designers, companies, customers, and it's kind of like seeing old friends.
Okay, great. What's the big product this year?
The big product is actually on a boat from China at the moment. Game called Rope by Ted Cheatham.
Okay.
They had a little issue with lead content. And,
a little issue?
Little issue. So don't go licking game pieces. Don't lick game pieces.
Remember, kids.
Yeah, or adults. I'm more worried about the 40-year-olds. But it's kind of a party action game. We've got pieces of rope, and card gets flipped, and then everybody tries to make a pattern with their rope in this metal ring.
Nice.
I'm horrible at the game. I'm absolutely horrible at it. But it was supposed to be here. They caught the problem, so it's not going to be here for another 4 weeks.
Okay.
Otherwise, our big product that we have that's new is the second over there. Your buddy's looking at you. Hey, don't go anywhere with that. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have to call security. It is a second edition of the Swashbuckler role-playing game. So that's the one product we have that's new.
Very nice.
Otherwise, the big thing is this year we're doing, to help the West Virginia gamers and the guys from Charcon, we have our booty grabbing contest. So where you can go play a bunch of games and grab some booty.
Great.
There's nothing like grabbing booty at a game convention. Okay, that's another helpful tip out there for any kids watching. Grab some booty. Come on over, you can grab my booty. It's all okay.
In addition,
there we go.
Moving on. In addition to rope, what else is coming up?
The next one, which will be out by next spring, I'm actually sitting with the information on it here in my pocket. Actually, this secret orange piece of paper. Okay. Now be careful out there in video land because Tom's gonna Photoshop this so it says weird stuff.
This is Dice Tower exclusive.
Yeah, it's part of the stimulus plan right there. That's the planning of our government. Is a game called Founding Fathers by Christian Leonard and Jason Matthews, and they're actually running it today here up in the board game room. It's a game about the creation of the Constitution.
Very nice.
So it is. It's plays along the lines of 1960 or Twilight Struggle, but this is much more European in flavor. It's a multiplayer, very social game with a lot more interaction.
Nice.
The game itself will come with up to 5 players, and trying to figure out a way to add a couple people, so maybe it could be 7. Plays in about an hour and a half once you know what you're doing.
Good.
I'm looking forward to playing it tonight. So
very nice.
And then we have Secret Project by Richard Lanius coming up after that. The gentleman who created Arkham Horror, which was responsible for our long night on Wednesday night. That will come out, I would hope, next summer as well, if not probably Christmas time of 2010.
Great. Best place to find your games if people aren't at the fair today?
I would prefer actually that people go to their local retailer. The world needs more game stores and places to hang out, so I would go to the retailer. Most distributors carry us. We have a great experience with Brown Box if you're down south in Texas. GTS is good. Warpath Games. And if you can't find them at any of those places, the Jolly Roger website. It's jollyrogergames.com and .net.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jim, for speaking with us. Have a great show. With Brian from Ziggurat Games. You've got a brand new game here at the show. Tell me about it.
World War IV. It's a strategy war game. I'm sure you've seen plenty of strategy war games before. This is more like a combined with a 5-player chess where every player has a king. So you're motivated to go out and get the other kings before the other kings get you.
Okay.
And you have a lot more freedom to move around the map this way. We're not trying to simulate some historical event. This is in the future. It's a post-apocalyptic future. We've been nuked back to the Dark Ages, and we're coming back from the ashes.
Hence the name World War IV.
World War IV gives us a lot more flexibility to move around and make a different game each time.
Good. So, how does the basic turn work?
Basic turn works. We get a card here. You start by drawing one of the cards from the deck here, and this could be anything from a hurricane to some kind of alliance that you form with a barbarian nation to a technological advancement. We're reverse engineering technology as we go. So the tanks will move 1 space per turn. They're very slow. There's a technological improvement there, an innovation that lets the tanks move 2. So and you get to hang on to that, and that's an advantage you have. You roll each turn at the beginning of the turn to see if you lose your technology, and you have to share it with everybody as they reverse engineer what you're doing as well.
You lose that advantage.
So then you basically see which spaces you control. You collect your income from the spaces. It's a resource-based game.
Yep.
Move your guys. Assassination. There's a new unit in this game called the Spy. The Spies assassinate other spies. A spy can also attempt to assassinate a king, but the main thing the spy is used for is in combat, for reconnaissance. The spy allows you to assign a casualty to the other army. Normally, when you suffer casualties, you choose which guys to remove, so you remove all your chief guys first, and you have one big gun behind them doing all the damage. When your opponent brings a spy, he can pick off your one big gun by assigning the casualty, and it forces a good mix of the troops, and they look more like armies than like some trick force that somebody has put together.
Okay.
Then I guess at the end of the turn, it's important to know that there's a food value on each space, so there's a resource shortage.
Okay.
You can suffer starvation if you've overloaded the space. You roll a bunch of dice, remove a guy's on a 1, and then you pass the turn along.
Very nice. Well, I hope you have a great show. How has it gone so far?
Oh, it's gone very well.
Very good. Very good. And if people want to find the game, where do they find you?
Oh, it should be available almost everywhere through Alliance Distribution, so most of the game stores will have them available, and I'm at zigguratgames.com.
Terrific. Hey, thanks for spending time with us. Have a good show.
All right, this is Mark Zielinski. Mark, tell us the best thing about Origins so far. What do you think about it?
Origins has been absolutely fantastic. I guess the best thing was losing our Memoir 44 Overlord game so we could give out fabulous prizes.
From?
Fun Again Games and Days of Wonder. Thank you very much, guys. We really appreciate the support for the Dice Tower.
All right, Michael, what did you think about Origins 2009?
It was a great time. The boardroom is exactly what people all claimed it was. Go there, people were real friendly, play games. All the games that you think maybe you would like to try them, see if you like them. That was great. My highlight was getting to play Conquest of Heroes with Jason Matthews. We sat down and played a game. That was a lot of fun.
How you doing, Tom? Stephen Capello. A few words about Origins this year. It's great. I know a lot of people had a bunch of trepidation, but the games are good. It's just fun. So I suggest anyone that can come out next year. It'll be great.
Oh yeah. All right, Jeff, tell us what do you think of Origins so far?
Well, this is the first one I've been to in 15 years, and so far we're having a great time. It's fun to be here with the kids. I'm really enjoying meeting all the people, and probably the best game so far has been the new Tales of the Arabian Nights. So, you want to say something about Tales of the Arabian Nights?
Well, it's really fun because it's like make your own stories, I think, and they're all really funny, so you're always laughing while you play it, and I think that's the best part of the game, laughing, you know.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.